Yes. I gotta give them their respect because I know it's early, but I gotta give them their respect. They are a top offensive team and a top defensive team. They're in fourth in points allowed, and they're sixth in points per game. Like Sam Donald's playing real good, but what I'm more impressed about is Brian Flores and this defense. People are see when we are they for real. See, I know how you poked through our schedule. You said how many games our schedule won. They beat
Can't do
the
that with Minnesota.
49ers.
Can't do that with Minnesota.
They beat the Texans, and they made CJ Stroud them look terrible. I mean, they beat them boys 34-7. Terrible. They beat Green Bay. Green Bay made it look nice at the end of the game, but they beat the brakes on them too. And they beat New York, who everybody's high on this year. So, and the offense didn't even have a great game, but the defense really killed Aaron Rodgers 3 interceptions. So, in the New York Giants, they beat the Giants 28-6. And we said, oh, it's the Giants. But think about the Giants. They lost to us by 3. They beat the Browns. They beat the Seahawks, who were undefeated. And they barely lost to the Cowboys. The only team that made them look like the Giants were the Vikings. So, Sam Darnold. And then look, we Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell, right now. He Coach of the Year. Hopefully he loses a few games and my man can get it. But right now it's Kevin O'Connell. He is the front runner by far, Coach of the Year. I don't think anybody outside
By
of the
far,
Minnesota fans. Yes. Who else? They 5-0.
I mean, y'all. I think y'all coaches is belong in that conversation. I don't think it's by far, bro.
Think about this, AJ. At least some people had us third or fourth in that division. Nobody had the Bears. Everybody had the Bears, the Packers, and the Lions over the Vikings this year. Because they had Sam Darnold as a quarterback. When Sam Darnold was a quarterback, we always like, yeah, the Vikings gonna be terrible this year. Gonna be terrible. Not only they number one in division, they number one in the NFC. But Brian Flores always had a good defense. I don't know if you remember when we first brought them up, and I don't know if it was in our predictions or it was when we first brought up the Vikings early. I brought up the fact that Brian Flores did a good job last year. They just had injuries. They had injuries all last year. I remember when they played y'all, they had so many injuries. But Brian Flores doing the best he could. They was forcing turnovers. He was blitzing y'all but they had they had injuries. He didn't have the personnel. Now he has the personnel. So and he went and got Stephon Gilmore last minute. So I'm going to say the Vikings are for real, man. I'm going to give them their props because of the opponents they actually beat this year.
You said it yourself, man. Aaron Rodgers, C.J. Stroud. I mean, who I had the list up somewhere. The teams that they beat: Brock Purdy, Jordan Love. Defensively, bro. This is so obviously, I live out here. And a conversation amongst the Vikings when they went up and drafted McCarthy was, man, whoever they draft gonna be placed into a really good system. You got Jettas, you got, TJ Hawkinson when he comes back from his injury. And he hurt. He should be back soon. You got Addison. Now they got Aaron Jones in the backfield. They re-upped the offensive line. They got a great offensive coach. That offense is a great offense to be a part of if you're a young rookie coming into the game. We brought up the defense. We like what the defense, we like what they did in the draft, and we like the defensive line. But it was still kind of like, all right, Ben, don't break, make some stops here and there. They had a great, impressive stretch last year with Brian Flores, but I don't know if anybody really expected it to continue. More people was more so focused on the offense, at least until the rookie quarterback went down. Then expectations kind of dimmered. Sam Darnold's the quarterback. We shall see. This defense, bro, fourth in yards allowed per play, fourth in scoring defense. And again, I already mentioned the quarterbacks they have played. The most impressive stat to me, bro, second in pressure rate, second in sacks. That's the key. They are speeding up the clock of these quarterbacks. Not only with the scheme, but the defensive line is getting home sometimes with 4. You don't even need to bring blitzes and things of that nature. And Flores, bro, multiple quarterbacks have come out and said, yo, the man's scheme crazy. I don't know what Brother Jacob said is gimmicky. I don't know how it's gimmicky. It don't look gimmicky to me. I'm just saying. It don't look gimmicky to me. It look elite. It looked like one of the best defenses in the league. The scheme.
You know who's his mentor? Belichick.
Oh, yeah. Belichick
tree.
And so this defense is playing out of its mind right now against some of the best quarterbacks in the league, making everybody. I mean, you go up against Minnesota now, you nervous to start that quarterback in fantasy. I just experienced my quarterback had 6 points. He had 6 points. Like, I'm thinking of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers only had like 17 points. But all I'm saying is this, man. The defense is one of the best defenses in the league, bar none. And then again, you go to the offensive side of the ball. Offensively, they're going to get better when they get TJ Hawkinson back. Now you got 2 great receivers on the outside, best receiver in the league in Jettis. I don't care what nobody say. Even though, shout out to Chase, who's now leading it, I think, touchdowns and yards. That's for you, Carl. You won't hear me say it again. All right. Shout out to Chase. Shout out to Chase. Give him credit where it's due. All right. I will not say that again. Jettis, I still believe, is the best receiver in the league. So you got him to throw the football to. Again, I'm not going to go down the list of weapons again.
Jordan Addison.
They are a team that is built for success. Now, I do believe they are true threats in the NFC, but I gotta be real with you, Joe. If they matched up with San Francisco in the playoffs, are we picking Minnesota? Even the way that San Francisco is looking right now, if they're healthy, I'm still probably leaning San Francisco's way.
Mm-hmm.
If they see Green Bay in the playoffs and they come into the playoffs the way they was playing last year to end the season, I might still lean Green Bay. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel about it. And again, I know everybody's looking at me crazy. Everybody's looking at me crazy right now because of the fact that, you know, I'm an Eagles fan, and I'm going to say this. If they see Philadelphia healthy and they're playing good ball going into the playoffs, I would probably lean Philadelphia too. And it is mainly because I look at the quarterbacks. As much as I like what I'm seeing from Sam Darnold, I trust every quarterback on those teams that I just mentioned more than I trust Sam Darnold. I don't know if it's just the history of Sam Darnold.
I know,
but defenses can only play at a high level in marquee games and big time playoff games, in my opinion, for so long before it crumbles. And that offense has to carry the weight. Is Sam Darnold the quarterback you can depend on to get you big time playoff wins, get you to an NFC championship and a Super Bowl? I am not convinced. Now, brother Jacob, yes, y'all beat the Packers. Jordan Love's second game this season. He didn't look great against Philadelphia either. He didn't look great against Shaw. He threw 3 picks, but he still scored 4 touchdowns and made it a game. I think by the time y'all see them again, he will look different. He will look different. And it was another team I brought up that Shaw beat. Brock Purdy. The 49ers not healthy. And again, we don't know if they're going to get healthy. So I preface my comments by saying if they are healthy, we having a different conversation. Right now, they looking like they might not even be in the playoffs if they continue to rack up these injuries like this. You know what I mean? But if they are healthy, I'm sorry, bro. Like, nobody in their right mind is picking San Francisco to go home against the Vikings. I can't do it. I personally cannot do it. And so, like I said about the Commanders, and it's not to make the direct comparison, but the league is a little weird right now. We got the Commanders at the top. We got the Vikings at the top. I'm interested in seeing both teams as the season progresses because as much as I like Jaden Daniels, he's a rookie and he's bound to hit some type of, you know what I'm saying, wall or have some type of slump or have some bad games. And we'll see how it looks, how he battles back from adversity and things of that nature. I feel the same way about Sam Darnold. We will see. We have not seen him play at this level yet in his entire career. Granted, he has not had these weapons. He has not had this coaching. Ultimately, we will see. But, Brother Jacob, you sound like a Vikings fan. You trust him. You trust him. I'm sure you do. We'll see how y'all look come playoff time because I still don't trust him in the playoffs. Not against those heavy hitters. I don't trust it yet.
He's in Minnesota too, by the way. You know, I know you mentioned it. He's actually in Minnesota. I do want to give a shout out to Aaron Jones. No, I'm talking you. You're in Minnesota. He's here.
Oh yeah. Oh, gotcha. I thought you said he was in Minnesota.
And but I do want to give a shout out to which I think was a super underrated move, Aaron Jones, man. Aaron Jones has been heaven sent for this team. They've been good in the run game. Right now he's 11th in rushing, but that's including he didn't play for real like the whole second half of the Jets game because he got hurt. So, but he got 350 yards right now, you know, and he's playing really good. You know, like he's moving the chains. So I think that's a big part of their success because once he got hurt and came out the game, the offense kind of slowed down against the Jets. So I think he's the unsung hero for this Jets team. Sorry, for this Vikings team for real. Because out that run game, Sam Darnold wouldn't be who he is right now. So shout out to Aaron Jones, former Green Bay Packer.
I also want to say this. See, this is where we get carried away, bro. This is where we get carried away. Talking about he has put in work. Come on, bro. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. 17 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 9 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 9 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. 1 year he didn't play as many games, seven touchdowns, 3 interceptions. This is the best he has looked ever in his career. And you give credit where it's due. But I'm a realist, bro. Them teams at the top, in my opinion, they got to be knocked down before I just completely just throw somebody else over the top and say this team is good enough to beat them. They look good right now. But another thing I didn't mention, it's hard to beat a team 2 times in one season. You see the Niners again healthy, it's going to be hard to beat them twice. It's just the truth. And not only for them, it's for any NFC team. They won the conference, bro. If the Niners one of them teams, Joe, if the Niners sneak into the playoffs with a 9-8 record, but they healthy, they might win the NFC again, bro.
Yeah,
they are that type of team. That's why I'm like, and Jordan Love showed me something in the playoffs this past year. He did. You know what I'm saying? Now I know it's Dallas, but he looked pretty good against San Francisco too until that last play. So I like what I see from the Vikings. Again, to answer the question directly, do I believe they are true contenders? They are absolutely true threats and true contenders.
Mm-hmm.
Would I pick them to, if I had to put my money on it, would I pick them to win the NFC? Fandom aside, I would not pick them to win the NFC. I wouldn't.
Yeah, we're gonna see, man, as the season unravels. You know, when they play more, but they playing some good teams. We'll see.
That's another one, Carl. That's another one.
Yeah. They picked him up last second, and he got that interception too at the end of that Jets game.
You boys ain't beat Hurts yet. Just in case you forgot. Since 2022, Hurts been smoking you boys, smoking your boots. Just in case you forgot. I just want to
y'all play Green Bay already.
I just want to say that Hurts been on y'all butt for a while. You've been on y'all line for a minute. You've been calling. You know what I'm saying? You've been calling for a minute, and y'all ain't picked up in a minute. I'm just saying.
And that's perfect.
Bro, I'm gonna wait for. I would say this probably is a terrible look given the company I work for out here. It is what it is.
Hey, no. All right, let's get to these pick-ons. You got the stuff.
Yes, sir.